Hi friends, welcome back. Today I am working on week 19 in my 2023 Project Life album. I just got a hold of my Travelogue 23 kit from Citrus Twist. This is definitely not a travel themed week. It is a very at home week. So I'm just going to see what parts of the kit I can kind of adapt and use for kind of the opposite of their intention. Now I've got my photos printed out, and I've just picked out some 3x4 cards, and all of the ones that I kind of picked, again, just kind of general cards rather than travel-y themed, and they happened to have a little bit of a kind of peachy and orange kind of like pattern to them. So I'm just going to embrace that. As far as my 4x6 title card goes, I really did love this title card, the 4x6 with the little label on it, but the heavy blue at the top was a little bit much, and I decided that I would use that kind of peachy colored paper instead. So I've trimmed down a 4x6 piece, and I'm just super carefully trimming out that label. The reason why I'm super carefully trimming it is I think I can still use that 4x6 card. If I back that with some white cardstock, it will still look like there's a white label in there. It's just that I've taken this label out so that I can have that tiny little blue edge around it. Just kind of pulls the whole theme of my page together, because there's that very heavy blue photo down the bottom. The rain, the winter has finally hit, and this week, I think this was one of the earlier weeks in May, our run of good weather ended and the temperatures plummeted and the rain set in. So I've got just a few photos. This little one here of my coffee, well, mine and Shane's coffee, I thought worked perfectly with the sentiment that says relax. It's not where I would normally place my smaller photos. They're about 2¼ inches square. I would normally place that sort of, where I'm going to place this one here, a little bit in from the edge, but I liked the word relax. I could have covered up all of that sentiment, and I decided not to. So I've added the word relax at the bottom of it and just moved that photo up a little bit. Now I did go through the die cut pack, and I mean, it's a travel themed kit, so I'm unsurprised that it's a lot of travel themed icons and phrases and words in there. So I only pulled out a few little die cuts. One says soak it all in, which I don't think was supposed to be used how I've used it, which is me standing in front of our deck saturated in rain. Soak it all in. I loved the play on words there, so I've added that. I've grabbed another little sentiment for the top with Pearly, and then added one of the cardstock tiny phrase stickers. I've got this little tag down here, which actually came as kind of an embellishment in the kit with some yellow twine on it, and I thought it actually worked perfectly with the yellow twine, so I've just left that there, and I'm going to add some stamping to that later on. One of the sentiments said good for the soul, and I just cut off good for because I wanted it to kind of, like good. I wanted it to kind of fit onto the bottom here. This was my mother-in-law was very sweet, and when she came to our house for Mother's Day, she bought me 2 roses, one for each of the kittens. It was very cute, so I had a wee photo of that, and that was definitely good for the soul. We actually had some super bad news on Mother's Day as well. My grandmother passed away, so all in all, it was something that I really wanted to document and pop into my book. Now, as far as the title card goes, I'm going to use the black alphas that were in the kit. There are no numbers with this particular alpha set. I'm just going to grab all of the uppercase alphas. I really love the black with this particular week. The black and the orange kind of works really nicely together. It's very Halloweeny. I'm just embracing that. That's the only way I can get over orange and use it, is to kind of think of it like a Halloween spread. Now I'm going to use outline number stamps here because I didn't want it to be super heavy. I'm just going to layer them over top of the label. I was thinking that I could peel the label up and maybe stamp them underneath. I wasn't sure how they were going to stamp on top. In the end, they stamped totally fine. It really did help that I re-inked my stamp pad before I started this layout. It was nice and juicy, so it doesn't have too much of a gap between that kind of label and the paper. Now, because I've got a huge label under here, I'm just going to date stamp both dates for my week, add a little heart with my gel pen, and just call that title card done. So this week ends up being super simple, and I kind of really loved that. It was really quick to put together. I mean, you guys are seeing a slightly sped up version, but it did not take me long at all. And that's the kind of week I kind of want to keep going with because I'm a little bit behind. I grabbed my stamp set, one of my favorites. I use this one a lot. It's been that kind of, well, it's been that kind of few years, I guess. I use that stamp set a lot. I stamped 2 stamps onto that wee tag and then went and typed out my journaling with my typewriter. I sort of wish I had run this card through my printer. The typewriting was very messy. My vintage typewriter is really giving up the ghost, I think, especially with a thick card like this. So I can't type all the way to the bottom. I've got a bit of a weird kind of looking gap down there. So I'm just going to add another stamp from that stamp set, but stamp it in dried marigold, kind of peachy color, just to go with the theme. And that is my week all done. I will link all of these Citrus Twist products down below for you if you want to grab them for yourself. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there are a couple of videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you again really soon. Bye.